As part of this section, in the pursuit of learning how to manipulate collections using loops, we have understood how to take care of row-level transformations, getting unique elements as well as filtering data using orders dataset. Now we have to talk about aggregations and joins, which are a bit advanced topics. For that, I'll be using both orders and order items datasets. Also, I would like to demonstrate how you can build a notebook to reuse it further by using this as an example. So we'll be building a notebook called as 7_preparing_data_sets, and we'll be using this notebook further down to actually create our orders collection as well as order items collection to demonstrate a bit advanced examples such as aggregations, joins, etc. Let's reiterate about orders and order items datasets and also the columns as well as data types, and then we'll take it further. Orders is available at this path. We have already seen and we have used this as part of few topics in this section or module. Order items is available at this path. Now when it comes to columns, orders have 4 columns: order ID, order date, customer ID and status. ID and customer ID are of type integers, date and status are of type strings. When it comes to order items, it has 6 columns: ID, order ID, product ID, quantity, subtotal and product price. All these 4 attributes are of type integer. These 2 attributes are of type float or double. Subtotal and product price are float or double. When it comes to relationships between orders and order items, there is one-to-many relationship between orders and order items. Orders is parent dataset to order items and will contain 1 record per order. Each order can contain multiple items. Order items is child dataset to orders and can contain multiple entries for a given order item order ID. Now let's see how to read orders into collection. We have already seen this before. We'll just run it through so that we quickly convert the data in the file into a collection. So first I'm creating a variable by name orders_path and then passing that orders_path, which is of type string, to a function called as open, which will create a variable of type text.io wrapper. Using text.io wrapper's read function, I am actually creating a string type variable called as orders_raw, which exposes split lines. Using split lines, I am actually converting the string into a collection. Each element in that collection is of type string. We can actually validate the data here, and also we can get the number of elements here. Now let's read order items into collection. In this case, I am creating a variable by name order items_path pointing to the location where order items dataset is. Using the same open function, I am creating text.io wrapper object by name order items file. Using order items file, which is of type text.io wrapper, I am invoking read function, which will read the contents of the file into a string called as order items raw. Now I should be able to run this to actually convert the string into list of strings which contain the elements we are looking for. We can validate by saying order items of column 10. We got the first 10 elements in the list. We can also get the len of order items. It is nothing but 172,198. Now we should be able to leverage this notebook for downstream processing without recreating these collections going forward. How to take care of that? All you need to do is you need to save. If you want, you can clear the outputs by saying right click and then clear all outputs, but you can leave them like this also. You can also shut down this. So let me shut down this notebook. Let me see where the shutdown option is. There is no shutdown option under file. I just have to say kernel, shut down kernel. Now this kernel is shut down. Now I am creating a new notebook of type Python 3, and then let me name it as run other Python notebook demo. Now I can say %run, which is a magic command in Jupyter. Then I can pass the notebook name. We have to pass the full name of the notebook. Let me copy this and then paste it here. We also need to have the extension. Now you should be able to run this. We have stopped and cleared the output. Then we have used this run magic command as part of another Jupyter notebook and passed the notebook name here. It have ran successfully. To ensure that it ran successfully, you can actually say orders of column 10 like this, and you can see the output. Same is the case with order_items. You should be able to see the output here. So this is how we can leverage this preparing datasets notebook in other notebooks down the line to go through some of the examples such as joining datasets, performing grouped aggregations, etc. We will not be reading the files into collections the way we have read as part of the earlier topics. We will use this notebook, run this notebook to read the contents of the files into orders and order items collections. We will use orders and order items to demonstrate how they can be processed further.